Listen, if your relationships don't graduate past the talking stage, like 3 to 6 months maximum, some even last a month, it's easier for you to download Tinder app again. It's easier for you to get a new man than deal with the issues you have in your current relationship than it could be you're emotionally unavailable. You don't know how to connect emotionally. Emotional availability is basically having healthy emotional connections in relationships and starting with the relationship you have with yourself. If you're not able to connect on an emotional level, then you will never have true intimacy. You will never have true intimacy until you learn how to connect on an emotional level. As children, we are taught a lot of things, and one of those things are about emotions. If you are brought up in a background where, I was brought up in such a background where, unalia nini? What are you crying about? Nione hapo umetembea hapo umerefusha hizo midomo zako. What are you angry about? Can you fix your face? At you're angry here. Can you take your anger somewhere else? Not in my house. If you are brought up in a background where emotions and feelings, you are not allowed to show your emotions. And if you showed your emotions, they were met with punishment and judgment. That is how you learn. That is how you grow up, learning that your feelings are not important. Learning to hide your emotions and thinking no one cares about your feelings. And also thinking your emotions come with punishment because that is what was modeled to you as a young child. So you grow up emotionally unavailable. It doesn't mean you don't get feelings or emotions, but you tuck them in somewhere. You hide them so much because you think it's unacceptable to show your emotions. It's unacceptable to show your feelings. Or if you actually show your feelings, you're gonna, it's wrong. Like it's either it comes with punishment or you're doing something wrong. Or so you judge yourself so much. So you know you're emotionally unavailable, especially in relationships. If your relationships don't go past the talking stage, you get into the honeymoon stage, you start getting to know one another. But when it gets to a point where you have to really talk about the real issues, you have to talk about why you're late to date, you have to talk about what kind of relationship you're looking for, you have to talk about how that guy is, the way the guy is showing up maybe is not something you want, or you want him to change this and that. You don't know how to communicate your feelings and emotions. So you'd rather cut that relationship. The relationship would rather end. It's easier for you to go back and start getting a new person than fix the issues you have with someone who you could potentially even have a great future. Another thing, if you're emotionally unavailable, it's very easy for you to be with someone who's emotionally unavailable because you're not comfortable sharing your emotions. You're not comfortable being in that emotional space where you're really connecting about your emotions. So it's very easy for you also to date someone who doesn't know how to be like that. And a relationship cannot thrive without an emotional connection. It will die. If in your relationships, when other people share, like when your significant other is trying to share their emotions, what do you say? Me too. Like you're connecting with the emotions, but you're not able to connect with your emotions because they are tucked somewhere there. Oh, hata mimi. Oh, unasikianga hivyo hata mimi. Hata wewe nini? Yeah. Another thing could be not following through with plans. As an emotionally unavailable person, you're so scared of showing your feelings and emotions. You don't want to show the other person you're really interested in the relationship. So when they ask you, hey, I miss you so much, babe, can we do Thursday? How are you? Even telling somebody you miss them back is a problem. Like you don't know, like I don't want them to, you don't know how to show your emotions and your feelings. So people are setting up dates and nice plans with you, but you're not even following through. You're not even responding because you're not comfortable responding emotional things to that person. Even going late on dates, you're supposed to meet this person, you go 2 hours late. You're sabotaging something beautiful. You don't want to arrive early because you don't want them to think that I'm so much into them. Yeah. Or even when responding to them, you are the type of person who you wait a whole day, or since reply say wacha ningoje, I have to wait for 2 hours before I reply, because you don't want someone to see your emotions. You think it's not okay, and you don't know how to show them. By the way, I like how this is going. I miss you too. Or another sign, you don't initiate anything in the relationship. It could be, these are two things. The first one, you don't initiate things in the relationship. I'm not saying in the initial stages. I'm saying with time, Even checking up on them. If they check up on you every day at 9 a.m., they're sending you texts and all that. You will never ever chat them. Your only work will be to reply one word answers. You never, like, you see how maybe they used to check in on you every day, and then on Thursday you decide, by the way, I'm gonna check on them, and then you write them, hey handsome, how was your night, how's your day looking like? Anyway, I just thought of you and I just wanted to say hi. You can't even send such a text. So your work is to stay there, your heart beating. Why hasn't he responded? Why isn't he chatting me? You know, he chats me hi every day, but today he did not. Talk to people. Yeah, it's okay to show emotion. It's okay to show people you actually care about them. That is one. The other thing could be calling the shots. Like, it's either your way or the highway. You don't want to feel like, you don't want them to feel like you are really agreeing with them. I don't want them to see like I'm in agreement. I don't want them to think, so you'd rather call the shots yourself. If it's not Thursday, it will never happen, because Thursday is the only day you can do whatever it is. Yeah. So if you're not able to share your emotions, even with yourself, this is what I teach. And even we just finished the healing inner child boot camp, and I loved it. It was amazing. The ladies came with a lot of energy. I loved it. It was a full house. It had energy. The Q&A sessions were full of questions, and some of the things we discussed are about how to check in with your own emotions. Yeah. Sometimes maybe you're driving to work, or you're just in your own space, and then you feel upset, you're angry. Ask yourself, okay, what am I feeling? Okay, so what are we feeling? What am I feeling? I'm feeling so upset. I just want to cry. Okay, it's okay to cry. Why do we feel like crying? Why are we sad? Are we feeling sorry for ourselves? Is it that situation is sad, or am I feeling sad for myself? Or does it mean that situation reminds me of something sad in my life? Check in with yourself. Check in with the emotions. Today I woke up and I'm feeling some type of way. I don't know, I'm just feeling angry. Okay, why am I feeling angry? I'm feeling angry because yesterday did not go as planned. So okay, so what can we do to make it different? So that is how you check in with yourself. That is how I check in with myself. Today when I woke up, I didn't want to record anything, and I remember telling myself, I'm really too bad. But I called myself to a meeting and I was like, why am I feeling like that? And then I remembered, you know what, motivation is nonsense. Yeah, so I told myself, what is gonna make me feel good? Because I know I was supposed to shoot my content today. And I told myself, what would make me feel good at the end of the day is to do what I had intended to do. So check in with your emotions. And this is what I say, especially those who are going through their healing journey. Emotions are important. Emotions give you insight into things about your life, about your current situations. We make decisions literally from what we're feeling. And today I feel like eating chicken. I don't know why today I feel like sleeping. We make decisions from our emotions. So our emotions are so important. They give you clarity about situations, about yourself, about how you want to move forward, even with important decisions, even with your life. They give you clarity about things you like, things you don't like, things you want to continue doing, things you want to stop doing. Emotions are so important. That is how we make our decisions. That is how we make, important steps in our life. From what am I feeling? What would make me feel good? For me to stop feeling this bad. Or, oh, I'm feeling so good. Today I woke up feeling so good about myself. Okay, we love this. What made you feel good about yourself? Now, this is you having your inner dialogue. This is my dialogue. Okay, let me just do this example like me, Modon. Today I woke up feeling so good about myself. Why am I feeling good about myself? Because yesterday I got this and this. Oh, because I did my gratitude list in the morning. I feel so good. So what does that mean? That means I want to do my gratitude list more often. Or I did something I'm so proud of yesterday. I read a book and I journaled down, and I was able to, cut off people who are toxic, and I decided I'm not going to involve with them. I'm not going to get to their level. And I feel so good. I feel like a good person. I have joy in my heart. So that means in the future, I'm also gonna try to stay away from people who are making me feel some type of way. I'm gonna stop stooping too low. And also, I'm gonna try to do things that make me proud. I'm gonna journal more. I'm gonna do my gratitude list more. Check in with yourself. You see the example I've done? Check in, write down. And when you feel some type of way, oh, today I feel like crying, cry. Cry in the shower. That one, because is usually so therapeutic, because are you crying and water is flowing? In the shower, whatever you need to have a moment of crying, because I say crying is a form of release. By all means, do that. check in with yourself, because what we do is we bottle up so much emotions. By the time we're communicating those emotions, we are crying, we are yelling, we are calling them names, we are using the F word, we are throwing the phone against the wall, we are banging doors, we are blocking and unblocking them for ages. We are behaving in ways that we are not proud of, and we feel bad about ourselves at the end of the day. We are the ones who are maybe hurt, we are the ones who are wronged, but then we bottle up so much, we don't know how to communicate, so we bottle up so much, we keep quiet so much. By the time the feelings are exploding, you do so much harm that you have to end up apologizing, but in reality you are the one who are wronged in the first place. So check in with yourself. Start asking yourself, what am I feeling? What would make me feel good? When you start getting in a relationship with a guy that you actually really like, and with time they're showing you, they're consistent, they're talking to you, talk back, tell them I miss you, text them something good, it's okay. Yeah. So my next video will be about vulnerability, because even before you become vulnerable, you also have to establish trust, and especially trust with yourself. How can you trust yourself enough to open up, knowing if indeed the other person disappoints you, if indeed they don't meet you at the level of emotion that you've gone with, you're still gonna be okay. How to let your guard down, especially for us strong independent women, for us who are taught that emotions are not important. You need to be gangari, you need to be strong. Yeah, and I usually have a problem with the word strong. The strong the woman. We'll talk about that in the next video. So in the meantime, check in with yourself. Are you sabotaging your relationships because you're emotionally unavailable? Which means you also choose emotionally unavailable partners. If you're constantly also dating married men, they're emotionally unavailable. They're connected elsewhere. They can't give you that emotional connection. It could be you're also emotionally unavailable. So guys, see you during our next video. How to be vulnerable, how to open up.